Hello friends and welcome. I'm just going to do a little walkthrough of my latest project here. This is a little travel album I did and I just loved it. It was so much fun to do. So Graphic 45 has these awesome travel albums with the inserts inside. And so they're super easy to do and I love them. I love them, and you can switch out the inserts and change things around. So this was a lot of fun to do. And I used the Voyage Beneath the Sea, the Deluxe Collector's Edition, which has always been one of my favorite, has all the elements I love. It's kind of steampunk, it's got these beautiful colors, and it's ocean theme, mermaid theme, so I love that. So that was my basis for this project. And so I'll just kind of walk you through it. So on the cover, if you see it's a bit dimensional there, but I just cut this back piece here, it says Take Me to the Sea, just cut that out of the paper, as well as this saying, also this little saying here that says Deep Blue Dreams. I don't know if you can see that okay, but this is just a little, it's actually what one of the papers is called, so it's on the strip on the bottom of the paper, sort of where the barcode usually is, and I always cut those out and use those as well. This is just kind of a mermaid tail here, so I cut that out, and I used, I covered the fin here with glossy accents, and I made it dimensional so it's sitting up a bit. And then these metal pieces here are from Midform Castings, which is a great company out of Poland that does these metal embellishments. They're just beautiful, love them. So those are a lot of fun. Also, this anchor on the side is from Midform Castings, and this is just a few little odds and ends I had. My little jar of sand, which is actually sand from Greece when I was there. And so that's my cover. Really pretty, really simple to do with these papers. And then this is just a sticker. Of course, the collector's edition comes with the chipboard and the stickers. And I didn't even use them all, so there's lots more to use. So, caught that on my anchor. So I'll just sort of walk you through what I did. I did keep it fairly simple. I don't really overly embellish because I've said it before, but I really want my pieces to be useful. So just covered the original craft book here and each of the inserts. This little front pocket, I just kept this cute little thing. It's like a little bookmark. And that's just cut out from the paper. This is just a vintage page out of a book on shells and sea life, basically. So I just slipped that in there. This I've been carrying around for years. I finally found a use for it. This was actually a package from a sort of a cardboard package from a candy bar I had years ago, and I saved the package because I love the image and I thought it went perfectly with this paper. So there's a little tag there. So this album comes with these 3 inserts. So what I did was I took the inserts apart. So I'm just going to take this back one up. So each insert comes with paper. So there's a grid paper, a plain paper, and a lined paper. So what I did was I took the insert apart, I took the staples out, I took all the paper out, and then I just kept some of the paper to use in here, and I also added the pattern paper and vintage papers because I like the repurposed look. So what I've been left with is all of this paper, because I just kept a few sheets of each for each insert, and then this is all leftover. So I can do a couple more projects probably with this leftover paper, and it's great paper too. So then when I put them back together, once I've sort of designed my booklet here, or these are kind of like signatures, then I just put it back together with a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. So if you had one of the long staplers with the sort of the long arm reach, you could staple it back together, but I didn't have that, so I just did the 3-hole stitch there. And then you put that back. So I just did, you know, I added a few embellishments. I did these little inserts on the back of these little pieces. I put in lined paper, because the back is beautiful. It's a pattern paper, but it's not easy to write on or anything. So I usually put this kind of repurposed lined paper. I think that came out of an old vintage guest book, actually. So I keep those. So those are useful for little personal notes. So this piece here came off of the paper as well. It's sort of the 4x6 little ephemera card styles. So what I do with those is I usually keep them together in two. So I cut two of them out, but keeping them attached. And then I don't know if that makes sense. And then you just fold them in half and it creates pages in here. So you get the benefit of a page and the design from the little ephemera card style. And this here says Mermaid Melody, and again that's cut off of the end piece that you would normally throw out. This is vintage dictionary paper. I always try to keep the theme in my books, so this one has this very cool old vintagey sailboat or ship on it. So I've got my dictionary paper in there. This is just out of an old vintage book. This is lined paper out of a vintage guest book, I believe, a registrar or something. Then there's the beautiful pattern papers in here. This I just cut an extra strip off here for fun. So this is cut out of the paper as well, and then I just created a little tuck spot, so a little place where you can tuck things in. Again, this is just another piece of vintage paper out of a book on shelves. And then this is the lined paper that originally came with the inserts. This is, it says here, South Atlantic Ocean. So again, just a page out of an old vintage book. This is an old plain card, actually, which I thought was cool. This is the plain paper as well from the original inserts. And this is the grid from the original inserts. I put a little sheet music in here. This one's called Dear Emerald Island. So I actually got this out of a very old book of Canadian songs. So I try to keep my themes coordinating throughout my books also. So again, these beautiful pattern papers you can't go wrong with. On this side of the pattern paper, I just pasted this cool page out of a vintage book. And then there's some ledger paper. So in the center here where I tied my string from binding with the 3-hole pamphlet stitch, on the ends of the string, I just put 2 of the stickers from the sticker sheet, and they just dangle and they're kind of fun. And I left my ledger paper kind of large here. I also, as you can see, I did my corners also, I rounded all of my corners so they kind of match like that, so you can see how that is done. I added another old postage stamp here. So that's one insert, and then this is the other insert. And again, just a little thing here cut from the paper, and I put the lined paper on the back to make it useful. This is one of the stickers. But I do like to leave these blank because if you've seen any of my other videos, I do like this to be useful. So I want a place to put like ephemera from your travels, or if you want to do sketches or writing. I want to kind of leave these with enough space. So I usually do my ephemera sort of where you can't add too much more onto. There's some more dictionary paper with the fish there. So this came out of an old book, might have been a children's book actually, I'm not sure, but I put it in the center of my my insert here, and then I turned it into an envelope. So instead of being sort of 2 pages, I just folded it up. I cut the little circle out of it with a circle punch, and then I adhered this with some tape, and I put the flap here. And I really love these images, and I just thought that made a cool place to keep ephemera and such. This is actually a business card of someone's, and I just thought it was really cool. It has the mermaid on it. I don't know if you can see that. And then the last insert, I cut out the little seahorse here from the paper. I just thought that was really cool. And then again, here's just a little insert. And this is a beautiful page of shells from a vintage book. Most of these vintage books are given to me, or I find them in secondhand stores or garage sales, and I figure I might as well use them as opposed to them ending up in a landfill. So another little tuck spot. Another little great sort of page from an old book. That's a tuck spot. This is sheet music, a song that's called A Capital Ship. And then I had this beautiful picture that I actually cut out of an old book and put it there. So I hope this gives you an idea of what you can do, especially with these great travel journals. And remember to, oh, here's another cool image from the paper. And I also put the lined paper on the back there. So just remember, they're super easy to make. Remember too, if you don't happen to have this collection, you can do this sort of idea and concept with any of your other collections. Obviously it'll change the theme, but it's equally as beautiful. So it just gives an idea what you can do with this travel paper, and so useful if if you're going on a little trip, or you're even going to the beach or something. Have this as your little travel journal. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you can take advantage of some of the ideas there, and have a wonderful creative day. Thanks for joining. Bye bye.